2021 growing season had probably 3 challenges for us. Staffing was one of the ones that we were very nervous about. I think with the borders being closed, thinking whether we'd actually get all our pruning done and actually get through this growing season and get all the work we needed done to lead into vintage. I think with having the boys that stayed behind from Vanuatu, which we're very grateful to because they were away from their homes for a long time, and having a fantastic viti team out there doing the work, it actually took that nervousness away around that effect of COVID and those challenges around getting the work done. Probably the second one was the frost. Had a reasonably cool start to the season, and we hadn't had a frost season like that in quite a few years, so that potentially had challenges in the sense that it could affect our potential yield going through it if we had any frost damage. Some issues around that and managing that frost, but the team did a fantastic job to get through that. And then probably thirdly challenge was around flowering. Cool flowering and cool temperatures, we have quite a elongated flowering period, which really puts those little wee flowers at risk of not setting or not pollinating. And if they don't pollinate, then in theory we get smaller, lighter bunches, which then in turn affects our yields. So it meant that our bunches, especially across Pinot Noir, were quite variable in size. You know, we lost up to 30% potential in that size, and our ability to supply not only the winery but supply the marketing team with the wine they need to take to the world. So that makes it quite hard to go and put bunch weights on that, but also predict the potential effect overall across all the vineyards and varieties. I think the key is we still come out with a positive with really fantastic quality of fruit. Our top performer, and that is Leefield, diversity of mesoclimates and microclimates throughout that property meant that we had sections of that property that come on and there was a better setting there, so we actually saw proportions of the property give us some good, even ripening, good yields as well, which was fantastic. Pinot Gris, I think this year is going to be fantastic. I think one of the ones that I'm especially excited about is the Leefield Station Pinot Gris.
Vintage 2021 really, whilst it was the second vintage for our Leefield Station winery site, in reality it was actually kind of a first vintage scenario. Because of some of the challenges of building wineries in the middle of a global pandemic, there was largely some unfinished bits. It's a game changer for our business because it just facilitates just so much more flexibility when the fruit's coming in, being able to pick fruit at absolutely the right sort of level of ripeness and having that sort of flexibility of 2 sites that are sort of set up and ready to go at any stage. And then, you know, overall complementing that is just having that additional capacity, knowing that you can get your harvest in the required time period just takes a massive amount of pressure off both myself and Anton and my winemaking team. Leefield Station 2021 I think will be remembered for being very saturated in fruit. The fruit is very focused and very pure. They've got the typical Southern Valley zesty kind of frames on which this very pure, very focused, very layered fruit quality is established. And there's a brightness and a sort of a fruit purity that we don't see every single year. You know, we really thought that vintage 2020 was quite special, but 2021 has just taken it to another next level.